morning. Welcome into the Volume.com studio as we welcome Annie DiRusso into the Volume.com studio.
Hi.
So good to have you here, Annie.
So happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. You know, not every artist wants to get up and start singing at 9:30 in the morning, but
Wants to, just needs to.
I'll just say this isn't an hour that sees me very much. So happy to be here.
She's like 9:30 p.m. maybe,
Yeah,
but
no,
the
exactly.
a.m. not so much.
Not so much. Annie here as we get ready for the show coming up tomorrow night out at the Basement East, and there are tickets available. If you head over to annieDiRusso.com/tour, you'll get that link to buy those tickets for tomorrow night. Currently on tour with Caleb Huron, which I'm curious, how did you meet Caleb? And tell us a little bit about how this tour came about, because if you're just looking at it, you're thinking, okay, so Annie's got an opener, which is...
Yeah, fair enough.
You're thinking, okay,
Yeah.
somebody's going to come out and sing some songs. That's not exactly what it is, right, Annie? Tell us about this tour.
Really not like that at all. We met at South by 2022, and I had kind of seen him before, like some clips of him online. He was hosting a showcase in South by, and we kind of saw each other from across the room, and then we talked a little bit, and he had known my music, and I knew of his comedy, and we kind of just started following each other. And then we messaged like back and forth a bit over the last year and a half. And then in October, this past fall, he messaged me, and he was doing a show in New York. And he was like, would you come and special guest at my show? He was putting on a variety show. And I was like, oh, I actually just landed back in Nashville from New York. I don't really think I could do that, but thank you so much. And he was like, this is the youngest you'll ever be. Like, why would you waste like your youth? Like, youth is
Get
fleeting.
back on the plane now.
No, and I did, and it worked. So I bought a plane ticket, and I, went
Slammed
to New York.
it, killed
and
it, smashed.
The show was already sold out, and I wasn't announced or anything, and it was a variety show. There was drag performers, there were comedians, and then I was going on last to close out the show, just me and my guitar. And I was like, wow, so this has been such a fun night, and I'm about to get up there and play like 3 devastating songs. So like, this is going to ruin everyone's night. Yeah. And then it turned out there were a lot of people in the audience who actually knew my music.
Whoa.
Already,
How did that
so we were
feel?
like, okay, it was really sweet. I also hadn't played in a while because I was taking a break to write my album. So it was really sweet. And then I got off stage, and the next morning we went to breakfast, and we were like, we should take this on the road. So now there's a drag queen, another comedian, like that's a guest in every city. And then Caleb does a set. And then we do a set, and it's just like this really fun night. It just feels like a party.
I am about to get on a plane to go to your California sets.
I think you should.
Don't tease me with a good time, because if you go on Annie's website, AnnieDiRusso.com. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yes. Yep. April 9th, they're playing Bimbos, which if you're a San Franciscan, what am I saying?
San Franciscan,
you'll know Bimbos because it's been around for a very long time. And then on April 10th, they're going to play at Largo in Los Angeles. 2 really iconic, amazing venues that you've never played before, most likely because, comedy and all of the things.
Totally, yeah.
So I'm just happy with glee for you.
Thank you. We've been having so much fun.
Yeah, and if you're here in Nashville, you don't even have to catch a flight.
You don't.
You just get tickets
tomorrow.
And it's a Friday night. Get tickets for that Basement East show coming up tomorrow. We've got Annie DiRusso joining us live here in studio. Sounded great warming up. You're going to play a couple of songs for us, right?
Yeah.
Which song would you like to play first?
We're going to play a song called 9 Months. Although it sounds like it may be about something like pregnancy, because I named it 9 Months, it's actually not. So that's on me. That's on me.
All right.
That's a joke. Just kidding.
Here we go. We've got Annie DiRusso live here in the Volume.com studio on Lightning 100.
The first thing you said the night we met is I was beautiful. And you were right, that New Year's night I looked so beautiful. So good inside, life in my eyes, I was so beautiful. That's the last time I looked so beautiful. 'Cause now I'm standing in your light, and it's not beautiful, but I was so beautiful. I was so beautiful, but now I'm sleeping just so I'm not awake. When I get girl who stayed. In late July, we went upstate for your 22nd. All you wanted for your birthday is to mess with my head. Tell me I'm dumb, all my friends suck, I'll never be loved again. Then apologize, say it's not what you meant. Ah, but it's what you said. I know it's what you meant. So now I'm sleeping just so I'm not awake. When I get up, I'm getting dressed by yesterday. And every time I think of you, I hate I didn't run away. 'Cause I never thought I'd be the girl who stayed. But when I think of it, I acted like a kid, not knowing right from wrong. It makes my stomach sick that I tolerated you for so long. It's all so clear to me now that you're not here with me. How was I so blind? The words, it's not my fault, repeat until I fall asleep each night. The words, it's not my fault, repeat until I fall asleep each night. So when they ask you about us, no, don't you ever say we were in love. I took my time, now I know what it was. So don't you ever say we were in love. You ruined my life for 9 stupid months. So don't you ever say we were in love. No, don't you ever say we were in love. No, don't you ever say we were in love. No, don't you ever say we were in love. No, don't you ever say we were in love. No, don't you ever say we were in love.
So relatable. Wow.
Thank you.
Annie DiRusso here in the volume.com studio. I'm
feel
not kidding.
seen.
I feel so sane, y'all. But also, I mean, I get that it was like 9 months, but in my head, I'm like, yeah, but you rebirthed a new you because this poopy person.
I totally agree.
Amen. Amen.
I totally agree.
Amen. That was so good. Also, Edith's got your guitar here with a very dapper young man. Is that a shaman?
No, that's one of my best friends, Devin.
Oh, well, Devin is quite delightful on your guitar.
Does Devin know that he can be seen here in the volume.com studio this morning?
He's got like something in his hand that looks like he's, I don't know if anyone's been to a Turkish bath before. I had my first experience recently, and they have the little like they're like leaves, and they go cha 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 all over you. Gooch, gooch, gooch. I thought maybe he was a shaman and I could go to his Turkish bath.
My sister got me a sticker maker for Christmas.
Brilliant.
And you've been putting it to use, huh?
Well, if you want to see that, you can tune into lightning100.com or volume.com/lightning. And you can check out Jordan, Eden's best friend. Devin. I'm sorry. Who's Jordan? I don't know. It came to me.
Andy DiRusso
Yes.
joining us here in the Volume.com studio again, getting ready for the show tomorrow night at the Basement East right here in Nashville. And yes, if you're streaming us, head over to AndyDiRusso.com and see some of those other tour dates, some more dates later this month out west, as well as a little bit later on in the summer. And I'm assuming you're going to be booking more shows throughout the rest of
I
the
hope
year?
so.
Yes, yeah.
But tomorrow night's the night. Friday night here in Music City. Get a chance to see Annie out at the Basement East. There are still tickets, so get yours while you can. So we mentioned a little bit about the shows that are coming up at venues that you haven't played yet. Now, you have played a lot of shows. So originally you're from New York City, correct?
Yeah, a little north of the city.
Okay. And you've been here in Nashville for how long now?
6 years.
6 years. Does it feel like 6 years or more or less?
I think it feels like 6 years.
Yeah.
Or maybe less. I was at Belmont for the first few years.
Okay.
And then it went online while I was there. And then the last 2 years, I've been touring pretty heavily, so I really wasn't in town that much. But I've been back. I was off the last 6 months of last year to write my album. So I moved to East too. Me and my roommates moved to East. And so I feel like I'm in a lovely place with Nashville right now.
Did you graduate?
I did.
Oh, good job.
Congratulations. That's
And you're
awesome.
killing it. I love it.
Thank you.
And you have had the chance to share the stage with some great acts, at Haim, right? Done some shows with Biba Doobie, Samia as well. So as you look forward to some of the rooms, the venues that you haven't played yet, do you have any favorites? Any ones that stand out that was maybe like a bucket list, like someday I'm going to play there?
We actually just got back from Chicago, and we played Talia Hall. Which
Nice. That's a beautiful room.
we had opened for Samia there like 2 years ago, and getting to go back there and play, it was just like really, really cool and beautiful. But yeah, Talia Hall, Webster Hall in New York.
It's probably also overwhelming. It's been probably, I would imagine, so exciting. And now you're about to play some new places with a drag show, pretty much, and a comedian, and then you. I mean, I'm so excited. I might just have to come on as your like merch girl or something.
I think you should. We'll talk after.
Okay.
But so good to have Annie here in the studio. And again, get your tickets. The show coming up tomorrow night. And yes, it's a little something for everyone. We got music and comedy, and just come on out and have a good time. And us morning show hosts, we don't even have to get up early on Saturday morning,
so we can
throw down tomorrow night. But so glad to have Annie here in the studio. Would you all play another song for us before we wrap things up? What's the next one you're gonna play?
This one's called Emerson. This was on my first and last EP.
That's God, I Hate This Place.
God,
right?
I Hate This Place. Yeah. So
It sounds like an inspired title.
Yeah. I was in a really good place actually when I wrote this. This song is called Emerson. It's named after the street I grew up on. And explaining to my parents that the single from God, I Hate This Place was Emerson was really confusing. But yeah, this is Emerson.
All right. Andy DiRusso live here in the Volume.com studio on Lightning 100.
Baptized by a pedophile in a church that reeks of oak and death. My eyes, parents raised a happy child in the house at the bottom of Emerson. Time I go home, all I do is sleep. I don't know what kind of twisted hold my childhood bedroom has on me. When I finally feel like I've moved on, I keep ending up back where I was. Guess I've never escaped this for too long. It's the morning, I'm just waking up. my eyes on the ceiling and pretend that I like this a lot. While lying in my bed, you said I'll never meet anyone like you. Well, I just laughed it off at the time, but now I'm terrified that it's not true. I guess I've only ever been who I was. I guess I've only ever been who I
Oh my gosh, I would also be confused if I was your parents. A little
Yeah. No, I get that.
There would be some questions, I think, right?
And there were.
bit. Lots of clarity, lots of healing,
Yeah,
I
there
would
were some
assume.
conversations. There were some questions. No, my parents are like the best ever. They rock so hard.
I
Do
love
they
that.
do they still live where you grew up in, or where you're from in
They
New
do. So
York?
we were just in New York. We just played New York, and we stay with them. And no matter what time we get
Fun.
home, you know, we always get in at like 1 a.m. from the show. There's like a full meal on the table.
I was going to say, is there like grilled cheeses and just
Oh, it's
like
not
tell
grilled
us everything?
cheeses. It's like my parents are like Brooklyn Italian. It's like we've got a soup, we've got a pasta, we've
you got the gravy.
Yeah, it's like, and they're up. There's bottles of wine. It's like we're gonna have a night, like every
Oh,
time.
I can't wait to be the merch girl.
I wasn't sure where that was going. I wasn't sure if it was going to be something to what you just told us, Annie, or it was going to be, Mom and Dad are still waiting up for me when I get home, like I missed curfew or something.
No.
Where have you been, young lady?
They're like,
No.
tell us your adventures now.
They're such chillers. They're such chillers.
I
that's-
love that.
Oh, that's so great. And it's so great to have you here in studio. So glad that you're
Yeah,
here in
thank you, guys.
Nashville, and very excited about the show tomorrow night out at the Basement East. There are still tickets left. Get yours while you can over at thebasementnashville.com. And of course, head over to Annie DiRusso.com as well to follow Annie in her journeys. The show tomorrow night, and then as we mentioned, some shows next week out on the West Coast. Some shows also out west a little bit later in the year, but follow along to see about all the show announcements as Annie's confirmed that there will be some more dates booked
Yeah,
here in
absolutely, yeah.
2024. So this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for being here
Thank you for having us.
and sounding great, singing like just hitting all those notes at
know.
9:40 in the morning.
I
That's
didn't know if
great.
it would happen or not.
It's the energy. We know. It's
Yeah.
because you're hanging out with
It's
us.
y'all. It was y'all. Yep.
And have a happy birthday as
Yes,
well.
happy
Eden's birthday is
birthday.
tomorrow, so
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Birthday show, Basement East.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's celebrate for sure.
that's right. Get those tickets over at thebasementnashville.com. And again, for more, visit AnnieDiRusso.com.